Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. It is time to talk 2025 and the calendar and the feast days. A lot of you have been asking, so I apologize. This is just now coming out. So, shalom, brothers and sisters. In this article and video, I wanted to share the dates we'll be celebrating Yahweh's festivals for this year. These dates may be different than mainstream Hebrew calendars. So, if you have not seen the breakdown of our current understanding of the calendar yet, here are some links. And this is not a challenge to anyone else's calendar out there. This is just, hey, we've searched the calendar out as well, and this is how we're convinced in our mind. And so, if you want to learn more about how we understand the calendar and the operation thereof, here's a video link, here's an article link. So let's get right into it. So what I've done here is, if some of you aren't aware, the Hebrew calendar is different than the Gregorian calendar, or the calendar that most of us are used to in the world with January through December. The Hebrew calendar is different. It starts in the spring season, anywhere from March to April. This year, it happens to the new year. The first Hebrew month begins actually on March 30th. So Sunday night, March 30th. Yah willing, you should be able to see that new moon crescent, which again, just to the understanding we have, starts the new month, and in this case, would start the new year. And so we're going to be looking for the sighting of the new moon sliver of the west on the sunset at March 30th. I know I have April up here, so forgive me. This is March 30th right here, this Sunday. So what I've done is I've taken the Hebrew calendar and put it on a Gregorian calendar. So this is, of course, is to help you so that you can make sure you take off work or plan accordingly. So let's get into it. So with the new year coming in on March 30th the evening, let's look right into Pesach and the Passover unleavened bread season. So the Passover meal, according to the calendar we follow, is going to start on Sunday night, the 13th at evening. When the sun goes down, that's when we're supposed to have that meal. Again, not a challenge to anyone else's calendar out there. So Sunday, April 13th is when we're going to have our Passover meal. Now, the week of unleavened bread, how we understand it, that week of unleavened bread starts with the Passover meal, because there's unleavened bread commanded in that Passover meal, and he commands us to eat it for 7 days. So for 7 full days, so we're going for the unleavened bread. We're eating unleavened bread, no leavened bread in our homes. We're throwing that away before it starts, all the way from the evening of Sunday 13th through the 20th. At evening, also a Sunday. So Sunday night to Sunday night is 7 full days of when we're going to be eating unleavened bread. First fruits will fall there from the evening of the 14th to the evening of the 15th. So super important, there are 2 Sabbaths commanded during this feast. Again, according to the calendar, how we understand it, the evening of Sunday the 13th of April to the evening of Monday night the 14th of April is a Sabbath. Shouldn't be working during that time. Also, likewise, the evening of the 19th, so Saturday night to Sunday night is also Sabbath, so kind of cool, get a little double Sabbath there. Praise, yeah. So those are the 2 Sabbaths, so you shouldn't be working on this Monday the 14th or Sunday the 20th, so make sure you get those off. First fruits, again, looking at the evening of the 14th to the evening of the 15th. Now, I know there's disputes about this, but I don't see any command of this is a Sabbath, as in you have to take that day off of work. I don't see that. Now, for a lot of us, we're starting to take the whole Passover week of unleavened bread. A lot of people are just taking the whole week off, like Sukkot. But I know not everyone has the ability to do that with their work and money. So just want to be clear on the days you cannot work, at least how we understand, and that's simply Monday this 14th and Sunday the 20th. Again, someone can of course disagree with me. I don't see that first fruits is an actual Sabbath, but a memorial. But more on that another time. Let's get into Shavuot, Pentecost. With that 50 days from the first fruits, we're looking at June. We're looking at June 8th, the Sunday. But so we do evening to evening, and so we're looking at Saturday night, starts a Sabbath to Sunday night. So once again, we get a double Sabbath. Our Heavenly Father really loves us. He's like, hey, take a double Sabbath. Praise, yeah. So Shavuot will be effectively celebrated Sunday, the June 8th. So make sure you're not working during that day. Some of you may have some questions how to celebrate these feast days. This is not that video. However, we will have a link at the bottom of, you're like, hey, well, how do I do Pentecost? I want to do it. How do I do Passover? I want to do it. Trust me, I do too. Listen, we have a playlist we'll share with you at the end of how you can celebrate these feasts, but this is not that video. This is just simply going over the dates real quickly. And we have this article page on parableofthevineyard.com, so you can quickly go back and reference all these dates. So Yom Teruah, Feast of Trumpets. Yom Teruah will be celebrated at the sighting of the new moon on September 22nd at evening, sunset. The festival will last until evening, sundown on the 23rd. So a 24-hour festival. However, it is important to note that the new moon may not be spotted on the 22nd, and we may need to shift to begin the feast on the 23rd. If this happens, Atonement and Sukkot will also be pushed back one day. We will be praying and seeking Yahweh leading up to this. So this may be seem a little confusing for some of you out there. I apologize, but I just know I'm really taking this seriously. Some people are expecting to see the moon here, and some people are not expecting to see it till here. I'm going to be doing praying myself. I don't claim to have everything figured out in the calendar. But we are going to be praying leading up to what we will do if we don't spot the moon on the 22nd. In times past, we've still gone with it because we didn't spot it because of weather and whatnot, but we knew we were supposed to see it that day. And so again, I'm not claiming to be someone that has all the calendar answers here, but we do have a body of brothers and sisters that we're going to be praying and seeking Yahweh what to do if we don't spot it. So some people will be shifting to the next day, and likewise. So what I would do if I were in some of your shoes, and this is why some people just take off 2 days, and so they'll take off the 23rd in expectations of seeing it here, and if not, they'll take off the 24th just in case, so that they're ready for both those days. And so let's get into Day of Atonement. The Day of Atonement will be celebrated from the evening of October 1st to the evening of October 2nd. And so, again, a possible shift back one day. So Atonement is scheduled as of right now to start on Wednesday night, the 1st, and go until Thursday night, the 2nd, but again, could be pushed back. Feast of Sukkot will be celebrated from the evening of October 6th until the evening of October 4th. So I have that highlighted here, and again, a possible shift one day back. There's 2 Sabbaths during this, the evening of October 6th, right, until the evening of October 7th, and then likewise the 13th to the 14th here. And again, if we have to shift back a day, I apologize about any possible confusion there, but with that being said, I would just block off an extra day for those of you that take off work. So, how to celebrate. So, located within our Feast Days of Yahweh playlist, we do our best to answer most of the frequently asked questions regarding these most amazing days. We cover the basics of how to celebrate each one. So, this is the link here. So, I pray it's a blessing. So, may Yahweh bless you as you cast off the world celebrations and walk in his everlasting ways, which is way better. Regardless of when you keep these set-apart days. Never let anyone discourage you from leaving the pagan ways and running into his arms. Shalom and blessings. And hey, listen. Just remember, we're not each other's enemy if we're on different calendars. Let's have some shalom with each other as we learn and grow and get closer to Yahweh. And let us recognize we're not each other's enemy. So blessings, shalom, and